What did you do before?
C'est difficile à répondre.
It's a difficult question to answer.
C'est pas une peinture figurative.
It's not a figurative
C'est une
plastic
peinture
painting.
qui sort de moi
It's painting that just comes out of my emotions,
et je joue avec les couleurs.
and I play with colors.
C'est dans une espèce de transe, je rentre dans une espèce de transe.
I get into some sort of a trance,
Et je pense pas à ce que je vais faire avant.
and I don't preconceive. I don't think ahead of time what I'm going to do.
Je suis face à la toile et
I'm just in front of the canvas,
je pars avec les couleurs.
and I go out there with my colors.
Je rêve.
I dream.
Et maintenant, différemment.
And now I'm doing, since this project, I'm doing other things in a different manner.
Je descendais le matin dans la rue, comme si
In the morning, I would go out in the street.
la rue était mon atelier. La rue était
Oh,
mon
the street was my workplace,
et ma voiture, mon bureau.
and my car was my office.
Et j'allais dans les cafés
And I would go into
et
cafes
je m'asseyais
and sit down
une heure, une bonne
for
heure,
about an hour,
et je commençais à regarder les gens.
and I started looking at people, staring at them,
Je regardais comme je regardais le livre,
just like I looked at the book.
et j'imaginais leur vie,
And I imagined their lives,
leur sensibilité,
their feelings.
J'imaginais une histoire.
I would imagine a story around them.
Donc tout d'un coup, j'ai dit tiens, cette personne, je vais essayer.
And all of a sudden, I'd say, okay, well, this person there.
Donc je la connaissais puisque je l'avais regardée.
I knew this person a little bit because I had stared at him.
Et tout d'un coup,
And all of a sudden, I would introduce myself,
je me présentais, je dis bonjour, je m'appelle Linda.
say hello, my name is Linda Ellia.
Je fais une performance.
I am doing a representation.
Je travaille sur un livre. Je disais pas le livre tout de suite pour pas les effrayer.
I'm working on a book. I didn't give the title of the book to not frighten them immediately.
Parce que j'ai eu de mauvaises expériences.
Because I had bad experiences when I said I would work on
Sur
Mein Kampf.
Ensuite, les gens étaient effrayés.
People were frightened and horrified.
Et il y avait que moi qui pouvais aller vers les gens. Je pouvais pas dire à une autre personne va donner les pages.
I was the one that had to go and approach the people. I couldn't ask somebody else to give them a page.
Parce que c'était très délicat. Il y avait des réactions très violentes.
Because it was quite delicate and there was a lot of violent reactions.
Et donc là tout de suite, je montrais les pages qui avaient déjà été faites.
I would show them the pages that had already been worked on, or they thought it was beautiful.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est? Mais quel
So, what is interesting? Well, what book is this?
Au bout d'un quart d'heure, voilà, quel livre est-ce?
You know, that would be asked after 15 minutes, and I say, well,
c'est Mein Kampf.
it's Mein Kampf.
N'ayez pas peur, c'est Mein Kampf.
Don't worry, it's Mein Kampf.
Alors il y a eu, voilà, et tout de suite on partait dans un débat extraordinaire.
So of course it would introduce a discussion, a debate, very interesting debates.
J'avais l'impression que certaines personnes attendaient que ça, qu'on leur propose ça, et tout de suite elles partaient en.
I felt that certain people really were expecting that this would happen, and they would throw themselves in the project.
Et puis voilà, dans la rue, je sentais
And the streets also.
des gens tout à fait inconnus.
I felt people that I didn't know at all.
C'est ça qui m'excitait d'aller
That's what
chercher en eux.
that was the exciting bit, to go and knock on their doors to find out what was inside them.
Ma fille,
Like I did with my daughter and my son.
ils ne pouvaient pas imaginer qu'un jour ils allaient faire ça. Ils ont fait quelque chose de très.
They couldn't imagine that they could do something as strong as they did.
C'est pour ça que j'ai posé moi-même mes crayons et j'ai arrêté. J'ai donné la place aux autres.
That's why I dropped my tools, dropped my colors, and turned towards others to create.
Un acte de résistance qu'ils faisaient.
It's an act of resistance that we could do together.
Young Jewish Australian writer who very much, there's a character of a young man who escapes during the Kristallnacht period in Germany and comes to live with a German family, and he escapes by carrying Mein Kampf. Nobody can stop him because he's carrying it on the trains. And when he comes to live in their basement, they hide him in their basement. The man who he lives with is a painter, and the painter has white paint, which our character paints Mein Kampf, the pages of Mein Kampf, and draws and paints on it for a small girl that lives in the house. And my book club was reading it, and when I saw this exhibit, I said, oh my goodness, this artist must have read this book. So I'm fascinated to hear your story, and I recommend that you look into this book called The Book Thief.
Thank you. Je la remercie.
Thank you very much.
Précieux renseignement.
It's very precious, very interesting. Would you please give me the information, the detailed information about the writer and the title?
Also, did you knowingly solicit people who were Holocaust survivors and had been through the war and had been through the camps?
That's a very good question. Thank you very much for asking me this question. It's very important for me. They're survivors. Because really it's for them that I did this. And I was afraid to be wrong, and I was scared of their opinion. So the first thing I did before those that I didn't know, I tried to find survivors to show them my work and to have their reaction. Because if they didn't agree, I think I would have stopped right then and there. I met Sam Braun, a survivor, who was in Auschwitz, survivor. I met him. You'll see some pictures of myself and him in the film that's in the exhibit. And I was scared about what he was going to say and what his reaction would be. Sorry? And I was hoping to meet Simone Weil, a very important French personality, political and cultural personality. So Sam Braun pulled out his star and showed it to me. It's the first time I saw the star. We cried together. And he thanked me for what I was doing for them. It was a way of reacting. It was a way for him to encourage me, a way to show that crime will not stay without punishment. And I felt better, and I gave him a page, and he wanted to do his page. And for someone who experienced the concentration camp to want to do a page, that was all that I could ever ask for. I will never listen to anybody else that would say stop doing that, because I'm going to do it for them. And I did it for them. I really did. Then I finally was lucky enough to meet Madame Simone Weil. We were very afraid of her reaction. She's a strong woman. She's very opinionated. And she said, no, don't touch it. You're not allowed. I would have stopped immediately. So I went to see her. It was very emotional, very quiet. My first 50 pages were in front of her. I was so scared. I was perspiring. I just wanted to run away because she wasn't saying anything. She was just silent. And she saw one of the pages that had the picture of a child. And she was looking at the children to see if she recognized any of the children that were sent to camp. And when she looked up, she was crying. And she went towards me, she came towards me. She took me in her arms and said, thank you for what you're doing for us. You can count on me. I will be the godmother of this project. You can carry on. And that was it. I just ran through the rest of the project. And I did it for them.